Tonight, a KOIN 6 investigation. The FDA has alerted some local medical practices, telling them they may have received fraudulent versions of Botox.
Well, Amy Frazier looks into how this potentially unsafe product could have gotten into the hands of doctors and what's being done to protect consumers. Amy?
Jeff and Kelly, not only do patients pay hundreds of dollars or more for these treatments, they also trust their doctor is using an FDA-approved product. But I found that may not always be the case.
It just takes away my wrinkles.
Looking in the mirror, Marilyn Dawkins says she has Botox to thank for never having to admit she's 67.
Next month.
She's always trusted she was getting the real FDA-approved product.
Take a look.
Until I showed her this.
Oh my goodness.
I found this statement issued by the FDA in late November, announcing the agency alerted 230 medical practices over the summer, including some locally, about fraudulent and unapproved versions of Botox.
I have never expected something like this.
The agency sent this letter to specific doctors
to alert healthcare providers that they may have received unapproved and possibly counterfeit drugs from an unlicensed supplier.
While the FDA tells me it's still investigating, it's confirmed an unlicensed company going by names like Online Botox Pharmacy, OnlineBotox.com, and Online Botox sold something to medical practices labeled as Botox, which could have harmful ingredients and hasn't had the safety testing and oversight required by U.S. law.
Physicians who purchased it, they didn't do any research or check.
I wanted to know what the process is for doctors to get authentic Botox. So I contacted the manufacturer, a company called Allergan. Here's what I found. The company says doctors should purchase Botox directly from Allergan or its authorized distributors. So why would doctors go anywhere else? The FDA says the unlicensed supplier sent out mass faxes to clinics selling products at prices below those of FDA-approved products. OHSU's Dr. Roger Daly helped start the Physicians Coalition of Injectable Safety 7 years ago, in part to raise awareness and help prevent this kind of thing.
I know for sure that some providers and some spas are giving what they believe to be the actual product. I think the people who buy it, it's hard for me to imagine that they don't know that it's not FDA approved.
So I checked with the Oregon medical practices the FDA sent letters to, using a list I found on the FDA's website. On the list, Aesthetic Hair and Laser Wellness Center in Grants Pass, Bridgeport Laser and Wellness in Tigard, and the Oregon Headache Clinic in Clackamas.
So are you at all concerned about what patients are receiving at your clinic?
The answer, though, was always no, with the doctors or clinic spokespeople telling me they only get their Botox from Allergan, the manufacturer. No one would go on camera with us, but Bridgeport Laser and Wellness Center issued this statement saying, in part, we discovered that the company Online Botox had used our practice name in reference as a way to help sell its products. We have never done business with Online Botox. Again, the investigation is ongoing, but if doctors are found to have used fraudulent versions of Botox, there can be serious consequences.
If you administer a non-FDA approved medication to a patient, the medical board can take away your license, and it's a federal offense punishable with prison time.
The FDA tells me it has notified the Oregon Medical Board, so I contacted the board to find out what the state is doing to make sure physicians are not using fraudulent versions of Botox on patients. In a written statement, I'm told the medical board's investigations department contacts the physicians to determine what steps are necessary, but what those steps might be, we don't know. I'm told investigations are confidential. If disciplinary action is taken, the board's action becomes public record. In this case, at this point, I found none. So what can you do as a patient to protect yourself and make sure you're getting the approved product? I found out the manufacturer shows right on its website how to verify you are receiving authentic Botox.
Look for a holographic film on the vial label. Allergan should appear within the rainbow lines. If you do not see the rainbow lines or the name Allergan does does not appear, do not use the product.
As a patient anywhere, will you do anything differently now after hearing this?
Well, something to be aware of, and now check it, yeah.
Well, she said she's only had good experiences. She wants to keep it that way.
This is my face.
Now, if you think you may have received fraudulent Botox, either it didn't work right or maybe you had a bad reaction, you are asked to report that to the FDA. We've put information on our website how to do that. That's at KOIN.com. I'll also keep checking in with the FDA, letting you know if there are any new developments in the agency's investigation. Jeff, back to you.
Amy, thank you.